July-August issue of More magazine is packed with everything from beauty tips to inspiring stories. We sat down with editor-in-chief Lesley Jane Seymour for the real story behind the cover. So Lesley, we're talking about the July-August issue of More magazine.
Yes.
We have the lovely Kira Sedgwick on the cover.
Doesn't she look cute?
I love
this
this
shot. My favorite cover I've ever done, I think.
It's beautiful. It just really pops with the flower and everything.
Yep.
So this article, I love it because she really opens up about a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
Her marriage.
Oh yeah. And she's going to be an empty nester, and she says it's the first time that Kevin and she are going to be home together alone. And let me tell you, being an empty nester, it's different. It's not the same as when you were 20. Just wait.
She's in for a rude
it's
awakening.
Different. Yeah, you have to readjust, you know, and you have to go back to a lot of the old things that you'd left behind, and it's an adjustment. So, you know, she said she's been doing a lot of crying, and both her kids, you know, one's graduating from college and one's graduating from high school. So, you know, it's hard. It's a tough time, but I totally relate. And she's only 43 years old, but she's an empty nester.
They're going to have so much fun once the kids leave.
Yeah,
too.
well, you do, but it's an adjustment.
She also gets really frank about her finances. What did she say about the money they lost in the Bernie Madoff scheme?
Bernie Madoff really made off with a lot of their money. But what's interesting is she's very positive about it, very upbeat, and she says, you know, but I'm still here and I'm happy, and you know, I'm surviving it. So, but still, it's very interesting to see somebody really talk about, you know, a lot of people in Hollywood aren't gutsy enough or real enough to talk about reality. And I think there's just a wonderful aspect to her being very real.
Yeah, she seemed very real from the article.
Yes, she is very real.
Let's talk about some other real women out there. You have an article in there, What It's Like, and there are some really interesting stories.
Yeah.
One woman talks about her Broadway debut in her 80s.
Oh yeah, I mean, we always, you know, What It's Like is one of those recurring things that we do on a regular basis. And I think it's just sort of voyeuristic. Women always want to know, what's it like, you know, to lose all your money to Bernie Madoff, or what's it like to be 100 years old, or what's it like to, you know, one woman at one point, you know, survive 3 different, you know, plane crashes. I mean, we always, you know, find those interesting stories. So I just think they're always interesting to read, and some of them you're saying, thank God it didn't happen to me. And then other times, you know, it's kind of instructive.
It's amazing. These are real women, too.
Real women.
And we know real women have real problems. And one of the articles that I really enjoyed was Sins of Our Youth.
Sins of our youth.
Yeah.
We've done so many bad things to us beauty-wise. I have to say, you know, my dad used to yell at me all the time every time I would sunbathe. As a kid, you know, it'd be like, you know, someday you're really going to regret this. It's like, okay, someday has arrived. It has arrived.
So you actually have fixes for...
Yes, there are fixes. Some things, you know, of course there are no fixes for, but we do talk about things for which you can have fixes. I mean, everything from age spots, which, you know, there are products out there which we talk about that can make them look better and can sort of mask them, even on your hands, which is interesting. Hands are an area that all women forget about. We forget about putting SPF on our hands. We forget about... I mean, you see it on TV all the time. You see the great face, and then you see somebody, the hand comes up, and it's like this thing, and you're going like, ah, it's another kind of hand. It's from somewhere else. And you know, the hand can often betray you and tell who you really are. We talk about, you know, the saggy earring hole. Which you can, there are actual little pasty things that you can stick on them that makes your earrings hang better and doesn't pull so much on your ear. And we also talk about there's very simple surgery that can fix that for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Lesley. The July-August issue of More is on newsstands now.